Talk to him. Came a long way from us. Came a long way struggling. I ain't lying, I ain't bluffing. I ain't come this way for nothing. Did it all on my own. Y'all can't give me that throne. Tell my niggas we on. Tell my niggas we on. Came a long way from us. Came a long way from struggling. I ain't lying, I ain't bluffing. I ain't come this way for nothing. Did it all on my own. Y'all can give me that throne. Tell my niggas we on. Tell my niggas we on. We on with struggling. Barely getting that rent paid. Past due for like 10 days. I'm on the grind trying to make a way. Turn nothing into something. I ain't lying, I ain't bluffing. Never going forward and punting. They headed straight to that track. Say you that work, then still it back. I'm just venting on every track. Check the resumes, all facts. Man, no cap, but really into that. Was losing in life, had to take control. Sun on the way with no place to go. Damn, let me hit up one of these hoes. Don't judge, that's the way it goes. Trying to grind for 100 mil. The devil said, let's make a deal. Got me leaning on a half a pill. Spent hella nights on that mission, bro. Try to tell them, but they ain't listen though. Put overtime in that kitchen beat. The pots of pants, they sick of me. Suck like I say, they can't get rid of me. Can't get rid of me. Yeah. These niggas wanna see me fall. Praying on my downfall, they don't wanna see me ball. Never, but I'm a different type of nigga. I was taught to just go get it. I'm just grinding. Me and my niggas came a long way from us. Came a long way struggling. I ain't lying, I ain't bluffing. I ain't come this way for nothing. Did it all on my own. Y'all can't give me that throne. Tell my niggas
Yo, I mean, what a hell of a night if you Deontay Wilder. What a hell of a night if you're just the bomb squad team. I mean, how many people sat here and thought that yesterday was just a testament of what Deontay Wilder is going to be? I told everybody he's the face of boxing. I don't know why people is not really truly taking me serious when I say this, but Deontay Wilder's the face of boxing. But you know, we're gonna dive into that as we continue on throughout the day with the show. But man, what a hell of a knockout if you Deontay Wilder, man. Last night was another viral night. It went crazy. I mean, I'm really trying to figure out what is all the hoopla and the noise from haters. From haters. People hating on Deontay Wilder. Hating, and it's not just hate from, this is not just hate from just the American fight fans. Because we always talked about how the American fight fans never really gravitated towards, you know, the likes of Floyd Mayweather. He never really truly got the credit or things that he deserved. And it's the same thing with Deontay Wilder. I mean, he made history on last night. How many fighters can say that they successfully defended their title on 10 times consecutively, and all 10 times he won by knockout, except for the Tyson Fury fight? How many times can people say that? There's not a lot. I mean, that company is very small. Klitschko's in that company. Ali is in that company. There's not really many people who's in that company. But Deontay Wilder's in that company. Man, I mean, it was just crazy last night, right? So I was, waiting to see how many trolls, how many people were going to be coming after Wilder after he went viral last night, because my immediate reaction was even crazy, right? I didn't even when I first saw it, first saw the knockout, and those of you who was tuning in with me when we was watching the live stream last night, man, you all would have thought the same exact thing. You all would have thought the same exact thing. But at the end of the day, if you ask me to rank Deontay Wilder's top 10 knockouts, or was this knockout one of his top 10? Hell yeah. This knockout right here had to be in the top 5 alone by itself, only because of the rain bath that it gave everybody who was sitting on the front row. Just by look at the video. As you can see it right here in this clip, the rain bath that Wilder was giving everybody after he just rocked Ortiz with that right hand. And then what's crazy is when I was looking at this replay, you could see how he's just like smothering his face or whatnot with the left hand, and then he just times him perfectly and boom, lands it. I mean he lands it perfectly. You know, but I don't know, man. This to me was perhaps one of the best knockouts in a while. I mean, just from just looking at it, right? Because Wilder was down this whole entire fight. I mean, Ortiz was boxing the perfect fight. And I said this, like, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna play my reaction because I thought it was freaking funny, right? Like, if you go back and just listen to me, it's over with. If you get the one shot, it's over with. And Lord beholds, in the 7th, he gets that one shot and it's over with. So there's a few things that I wanted to play. And one of them, for sure, was definitely Muhammad Ali's wife was there at the fight, and she was able to get with Wilder at the end of the fight. And I felt like sometimes you don't need the approval or the stamp. You don't need the stamp or the approval of other people, right? It's only certain people who stamp and approval, like me. Like, I only look for certain people to, only look for feedback from a certain number of people. I don't really truly too much care about feedback from a lot of people who don't matter to me, or their opinion doesn't matter to me. And if you're Deontay Wilder, when you talk about opinions and people's opinions of him and how they view him as a champion and how they think about Deontay Wilder, man, a lot of people really truly just hate this man for him just being great. That's me, because he's great in so many different ways, right? Like, he's the people person. He's the ultimate champion. He's the ultimate champion. Name me a champion outside of a heavyweight champion outside of Deontay Wilder who was not like how Wilder's liked by the people. It's almost like a Muhammad Ali type, And to hear just Muhammad Ali's wife yesterday just give, to me, I thought her stamp of approval, saying that he was the GOAT yesterday, that's all the opinion that you need. You know what I'm saying? When it coming from the greatest himself, that's almost like it's coming from out of Ali's mouth. Pretty much. I don't care how people try to say, oh, no, it's not. His wife don't know, whatever. What do you mean? She know greatness when she see it. She saw Muhammad Ali, right? Y'all think he great, right? And she seen it in Wilder. So I'm gonna play back that audio of her with Wilder, and I just want y'all to listen and check this out, because to me, this is a certified stamp of approval right here. It don't get no better than this.
First of all, congratulations. You did a fantastic job. Really, it was. I told him, that was a very tough fight. Number one, you're in trouble. Really. She knew it. I knew it. She knew it from the beginning.
I knew the greatest when I see it.
It's gonna be Deontay. It's gonna be Deontay.
You are the GOAT, brother.
Thank you so much.
You are the GOAT, brother. You are the GOAT. I told y'all, man, it don't get no better than this. People sat there for a long time, and I kid you not, a lot of people had reasons as to why they discredited Deontay Wilder. people got reasons as to why they discredited Deontay Wilder, but he got outboxed. Which wife, third or fourth? It don't even matter, bro. It's his wife. You know, she seen Muhammad Ali. She was there at the fight. It don't matter about him being outboxed. That's the thing, and that's what I've been telling people. All he needs is one shot. One. Right? So let's go back to like the immediate reaction, because I want people to really truly get like a good take on as to like how the knockout really truly changed perspectives of the fight, because I thought Luis Ortiz was turning up the pressure in the 7th round. But the thing is, one thing that you don't do is stalk a puncher. And what Luis Ortiz kept doing was stalking Deontay's right hand. He kept walking him down, right? He didn't really truly, like, I thought Luis Ortiz was boxing the perfect match up until the 7th round. 7th round, I felt like he did get a little bit too aggressive, right? To the point to where, boom, it ended his night. And I'm going back all the way back to like the beginning of the 7th round, where I was seeing things in the 7th round that I thought Luis Ortiz was doing that was highly effective. He was doing some highly effective things in the round. But the thing is that with Luis Ortiz, you got too comfortable to the sense where what you thought wasn't coming was coming. And I'm going to show y'all what I mean by that.
Round. I really thought Ortiz was about to end the fight. Ortiz is picking up the pace.
So this is my live reaction, right? I'm giving y'all this is the 7th round.
If Ortiz lucky, he can give the peekaboo counter style. He could, but you know, Ortiz is picking up the pace though. And he's standing there like he's in. So what I see from what Ortiz is doing is he's smothering the right hand. This is my live reaction. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! They're gonna end the fight. He fucking ended the fight. God damn! Damn! That shit was fucking crazy. All it took was one. Wow. That shit happened so fucking quick. I thought Ortiz was finna get out the round. I really thought Ortiz was about to get out the round. Because Ortiz, I said it. Ortiz was turning it up a notch, right? You seen the shit. He was smothering the right hand. All of a sudden, Ortiz is back on the ropes. And Wilder just, hey, fuck. Wow.
Dude, that was like, I told everybody at the beginning of the round, when we was watching the fight, I told everybody during the live fight, I was like, look, this is what's going to happen. Wilder's sitting here. He's looking for the one punch. He knows that this one punch is going to come. And when it do come, it's going to be crazy, right? I was telling you, it's going to be crazy. It's going to get real crazy. They're like, oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. You know, he's da. Okay, just wait. Boom. And me, I'm thinking like, oh, man, Ortiz could possibly get out this round. Like Ortiz could really truly get out the round. He was boxing the perfect fight. And what is one thing that we say when you're fighting southpaw fighters? How do you operate with southpaw fighters? What do you do when you're facing a southpaw fighter? Wilder was doing it. Everybody want to talk about, oh, his boxing skills wasn't there. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. If you want to sit up here and tell me Wilder boxing skills or his intellect was not there in the ring, you definitely don't know shit about boxing. And the reason why I'm saying that is it's no knock against you. It's not that I'm hating on you, but you technically don't know how to really truly watch fights. I really don't be knowing what people be looking at, because what I saw was from Deontay Wilder was when he was facing a southpaw, I saw him circling to his left, staying away from the left hand, right? Staying on the outside lead foot of Ortiz, right? And he was keeping his guard up majority of the time. Although some shots did land from Ortiz, nothing landed flush enough to where it rattled Deontay. Nothing landed flush to where it rattled Deontay at all, period. So don't give me Deontay Wilder don't have the intellect, the boxing intellect, to be able to be in the ring with top opponents, man, or to be even considered one of the greats. People say he didn't do nothing for 7 rounds. What do you mean he didn't do anything? He did the basics, fundamentals of what he needed to do as a heavyweight. Damn it, he's not a welterweight. He's not Floyd Mayweather. He's not out here trying to shoulder roll or trying to be Eddie Chambers or whatever the case may be. That's not his style. That's not his style. But if you can do the basic fundamentals of boxing and have an eraser with both hands, definitely the right hand, that's all you need. And that was all he needed. Come on, guys. This is y'all have to stop with the trolling, stop with the hating on our American black heavyweight world champion. I'm just being serious with it. And people find so many reasons as to how to break down Deontay Wilder, to the sense where it gets to the point of everything it is y'all saying, he keeps finding ways to win, and he's winning in dramatic fashion. I saw him box. To me, I thought Wilder was doing good. Never once did I say Deontay Wilder was doing bad at all throughout the first 7 rounds of this fight. Go back and look at the live stream when we did our live fight chat. Not once did I say anything wrong with what Wilder was doing. The only thing I said Wilder was doing was what? Making sure that he stayed on the outside of that lead foot. And if anytime that Wilder was on the inside of Ortiz was firing off the left hand, and we seen it land. It landed like 2 or 3 times. Once it grazed Wilder like across the nose. The second time it grazed him on the shoulder. And I was saying, if he keeps hitting Wilder in the shoulder, then damn it, he could cause problems for Wilder to be able to lift that right hand as the night get longer. But damn it, we was like in the 4th round when I said that. You knew how many more rounds he had to go in order to be effective doing that? But up until that point, man, it was a good fight on Ortiz's behalf. The 40-year-old Cuban, whom a lot of people is running from, a lot of people is afraid of, did a great job, if you ask me. He did a great job. But everybody ain't going give the credit where credit is due, in a sense. But that's okay though. But one thing that I'm gonna do is definitely give credit where credit is due. And next, I just wanted to go and play some interview clips with our boy Deontay Wilder, post-fight interview. And just to give y'all a insight on what he had to say.
I am the hardest hitting puncher in boxing history, period. And I earned that. And over and over again, continuously, consistently, I do what I do, time and time again. Give people great fights and great knockouts, and try to fight the best. And still, when I fight the best, do it. This always remind me back with Emmanuel Stewart. Once said that, he told me personally that, he said, you're fighting little oppositions right now, but even when you move up into the, so-called top, what people say the top, you're still going to knock them out. He told me that personally. And and I'm fulfilling that what he told me. So may he rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Emmanuel Stewart. But man, that's another reason. If we could go back, man, there's video footage of Emmanuel Stewart, and I'm gonna pull that audio of Emmanuel Stewart years ago. This is before Wilder became world champion. This was when Wilder was on the rise, when he was actually calling out Klitschko prior to Anthony Joshua getting the Klitschko fight. Emmanuel Stewart talked about Deontay Wilder, and he said, he said he may not be the best. He may not have the best boxing skills or boxing ability or technique or things of that sort. But one thing he did say that Deontay Wilder was going to do was be a world champion, and he was going to be a dominant world champion. And what's crazy is like Wilder just said, man, he's living it out. He's living it out. Like, how awesome is that? Like, when somebody speak words into your life, and then, you know, you actually able to live out those words. And that's what Wilder is doing, man. That is, to me, that's phenomenal. That is crazy, you know. And like I said, is he the new face of boxing? Is he the new face of boxing? Because you have a lot of people who says that, you know, Wilder is not the face of boxing. How is it that he could be the face of boxing, you know, when it's Canelo? You know, a lot of people still think that it's Saul Canelo Alvarez. And I say, if you ask me, this is just me. I'm not trying to be on no type of bandwagon or parade or whatever the case may be. But I honestly believe that, shoot, man, no. Your boy Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing, and he's the face of boxing for many reasons. One thing, and shout out to my boy Ego, Boxing Ego. He said this earlier today. One thing about Tyson Fury that Tyson Fury messed up on was time. Allowing Deontay Wilder to have time. And what I mean by that, y'all are saying, well, what do you mean time? Like, make sense of that. What I mean by that, when I say time, is Deontay Wilder had time to grow his star power. How many knockouts have Deontay Wilder had post Tyson Fury? Or no. How many fights have Tyson Fury had post his fight with Deontay Wilder? Right? You see him doing a lot of, you know, now I'm gonna look at this from two scales though. I'm not gonna look at it from one. I'm gonna look at it from two scales. And the first scale I'm gonna look at it from is, okay, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, this fight in February, going to be perhaps one of the biggest heavyweight fights in boxing history, right? It is, given the numbers of what it is that is projected to be. It's projected to be. Now, moving forward, time to me can serve to be a gift and a curse. And in Deontay Wilder's sense, this is a gift. In somebody like Anthony Joshua's sense, his timing of them putting him in position to be the king of the heavyweight division, timing, you follow me, was off. It was off. Think about how fast and how the pressure that's on AJ to be great. Early, he's a young fighter, and I take nothing away from Anthony Joshua at all whatsoever. Young fighter. I just felt like the pressure of Eddie Hearn, the pressure of him defending those world titles and him being in that position was too early for AJ, too much for AJ, because you could tell now, and we're gonna see definitely this week, this Saturday when he takes on Andy Ruiz, we're gonna know for sure if AJ, not this weekend, but we're gonna know for sure if AJ is who we think he is. Right? And the only reason why I say that is because it's not about why Wilder is better than AJ. It's not about that, if you ask me. It's much more to it. Because if you ask me, I think a heavyweight champion should face the best. I think a heavyweight champion should successfully defend his titles time and time again. And Deontay Wilder has done exactly that, period. No matter what. Think about how many fights he had to take before he even got an opportunity to even get a shot at a world title. Before he even fought Bermane Stiverne. How many fights he had to have. How many people, after he did win the title, discredit every single thing about him. How many people? So when you have that many people discrediting you, when you have that many people not truly being in your corner, but yet time and time again you come out and you perform consistently with giving us viral knockouts, man, you don't think that with the timing after the Tyson Fury fight and then this Luis Ortiz fight has blown, and what he did to Tyson Fury hasn't blown his popularity through the roof? This is what I'm talking about now. Like, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about real legitimate stuff. Like with Canelo popularity came when he faced Floyd, right? When he faced Floyd, he lost to Floyd. Canelo popularity kind of was definitely boosted then. Then with the Triple G making noise and the 2 fights with Triple G, it was still kind of boosted then. But then take away the Triple G fights, right? Outside of the Triple G fights, what other fights have Canelo really truly gave you all to make you say, you know what, man, Canelo was just, that was a tough fight. Like, that was a really good fight, or it didn't feel like it was a cherry pick bout. We all know that Kovalev bout was a cherry pick bout. Come on, with the rumors and stuff that done came out of Kovalev mouth. Or we could continue. We could go on with the Rocky Fielding fight. Fight didn't make no sense at all, if you ask me. But this is the person who, y'all are saying is the face of boxing, and I'm saying how. Like, I could see if he was facing, like, going through the gauntlet at 160, 168, facing Charlo, Billy Joe Saunders, Demetrius Andre, like facing those guys and knocking them out, or winning in stunning fashion, then absolutely. Like, I'm like, dude, yeah. Who wants him? Who wants him? You know what I'm saying? Nobody. But it is what it is, man. People are going to find ways and reasons as to how to discredit anything that your man is doing. And I for one, man, I got an issue with it, only because it's like, man, this dude is doing something that's fantastic, man. And in a stunning fashion. And people still find reasons to hate and not say that he ain't the face of boxing when he just did 2.2 million, right? Just on viewership alone with the up and coming fight videos on PBC with Luis Ortiz, fight camp videos. They did 2.2 million views. Like, how crazy is that? Canelo ain't even doing that at the Zone. but the Zone has all these subscribers, right? PBC on Fox did 2.2 mil. They're not over here harping for subscribers or begging. Well, they're not taking the approach. Put it like this: they're not taking the approach of a DAZN to generate subscribers, meaning using YouTube creators to put on fights or anything like that to try to draw new boxing fans or boxing interest into their platform for them. Like that's just what they're doing. And to me, like PBC on Fox hitting 2.22 mil raw, like that's raw. Those are raw numbers. Like, and that's what a lot of people ain't understanding. I'm saying like those numbers are raw. Like, that's not them trying to do anything out of just selling Deontay Wilder rematch with Luis Ortiz. That is as raw as you can get. And they did 2.2 mil. So then on top of that, I heard that like it was crazy packed at the fight, right? Now I did have some trolls in my DM hitting me up saying that, oh man, $1,000 tickets for a Wilder fight going for $100. And I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Like, who's gonna buy tickets for 1,000 and sell them for 100? Like, that don't even make sense. That sound like some trolling shit to say, but that's what people do. You know what I mean? And this is coming from the Mexican fan base though. From the Latino fan base only, but they are the ones who give me hell when I say that Canelo is not the face of boxing. He's no longer the face of boxing. He not to me in my eyes, but it remains to be seen, right? It's speak it, believe it, receive it. Things are coming to pass. Deontay Wilder numbers are flying through the roof. It sets up everything to be perfect, given the fact that he had this viral. Think about this. What has Tyson Fury given you all outside of the noise with the WWE and whoever the hell he's about to fight that's over there on WWE? Who outside of that? Who give me somebody who has been dominant that Tyson Fury has faced? Name me some of those opponents. Name me some of Tyson Fury's opponents. Like Tyson Fury's last few opponents. I want to know who are they? Damn it, I don't even know. Let's see. Let's see Tyson Fury's last few opponents, and then we're gonna look at what's his name? We're gonna look at Tyson Fury's last few opponents, right? And then we're gonna look at Deontay Wilder's last few opponents. And we're going to rate and see like, okay, then who has faced the best quality competition, given the fact that, okay, then you can say that Tyson Fury was on the comeback. But then Tyson Fury had an opportunity to face some good quality competition. But yeah, he chose not to. Like, what if they would have ran it back to back? Tyson Fury immediately after, the draw with Wilder. What if they ran it back to back? How would the popularity be for Deontay Wilder then versus what it can be now? Because now, after what he did to Luis Ortiz and what now people are saying, oh, he got outboxed all 7 rounds and he was outboxing the first, second, and all this shit, and people who really probably ain't even watched the fight, you know what I mean? They just seen the knockout and shit, or probably using something of what they done seen in the comment sections or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, give me something that's really legitimate as to why I should be like, you know what? If he go into this Tyson Fury fight the second time around, he's going to fucking lose. Give me something that can make me say that. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. I told y'all last night what happened. and what was the real true reason why Deontay Wilder went, the distance with Tyson Fury. It wasn't because Tyson Fury was just so much more of an elite fighter than Deontay Wilder. Bullshit. Stop. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. But what I will say is that Deontay Wilder, the reason as to why Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury went 12 is because he only prepared for 2 weeks for a Tyson. No, I'm sorry. He had a broken forearm, right? He's coming off a broken forearm, and he's out 11 weeks. 11 weeks. 11 weeks. Broken forearm, out 11 weeks. Fights Tyson Fury. He didn't have it. He didn't do any sparring, any of that post Tyson Fury fight. And then he takes Tyson Fury fight, goes the distance with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury looks, okay, outboxing, doing whatever. And now everybody's saying, oh, Wilder's his skills were exposed. I don't know how good of an impression that was of people, but yeah. Oh, he was exposed, whatever. That's just the shit that people was saying. And to me, like, what's funny, I'm not gonna sit here and downplay what Tyson Fury did in that fight at all, period. But I'm telling you, Tyson Fury got rocked, and I think Wilder killed people in the ring, and then they kind of come back to life. Like they visit death for like a split second, just a split second, and then like I'm gonna show you. Like my thing was, when you looking at fighters' faces, right? When you looking at fighters' faces, and what they faces be looking like post the knockout or the knockdown, man, you can't sit here and tell me Luis Ortiz's facial expression wasn't like damn near one of the funniest facial expressions you've seen, probably like in like knockdown history. Like, for real, you can't tell me that. And I'm finna show y'all this right now. Just give me 1 second to get the clip ready to show you. And I think this is it right here. But watch his face, right? Watch his eye. Boom. Oh shit. His eyes, like when he was looking at Wilder, like after it happened, he was looking like, bro, like, I know you just, man. It was almost like he felt the grace of God clip his ass and bring him back to life. Like, he really felt the grace of God. Like, I don't know. That was crazy. That was the craziest knockout to me. His face was just off the chain with how he was looking, But Tyson Fury, the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, he faced a guy in Otto Wallen, who was 20-0, who none of us heard of. And Otto Wallen, prior to him fighting Tyson Fury, right? He's ranked 61 in the world, by the way, as a heavyweight. Now. So you go from fighting Deontay Wilder, ranked number 1, WBC number 1 fighter. You go from fighting him to facing Otto Wallen, ranked 61st in the world, who faced, let's see, who did he face that's a name everybody knows? Nick Keisner, never heard of him. Adrian Granat, never heard of him. Serdan Gerver, some names I can't even pronounce, and I don't even want to disrespect these guys like that, but never heard of him. But Tyson Fury goes and give this man a fight. And that shit goes the distance, and he cuts Fury. He cuts Fury like right under the eye, like it should have been that fight. If that fight had been anywhere else, that fight would have been stopped with how bad that cut was. It's crazy. But you know, he faced Otto Wallen, then he faced a guy in Tom Schwartz, who was it was for the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight title. When he fought Tom Schwartz, he beat him by TKO, which he was ranked 59th in the world, 7th in his own country in Germany out of 70 fighters. Like, none of these guys, like, these guys are undefeated against like real Uber drivers. BoxRec got these guys on here. They're undefeated against people who you don't. I mean, come on. He faced a guy who was 3-11, 2-8, 24-26, 5-6, 3-3, 2-0, 6-3, 8-9, 9-48, 31-23, 15-10, 4-0. Dude, these are who Tyson Fury. These are people who Tyson Fury has went to go and get to face. You know what I mean? And this is how I be trying to figure out. Like, okay, what? People got him ranked what? People got Tyson Fury ranked number 1 on their pound for pound list. And this man, and when you dissect this resume, you like, what the hell? Who he fighting? What? But then when you go through a guy like Deontay Wilder, right? Let's check Wilder's resume. 42-0, 41 KOs, 1 draw. He's ranked number 1 in the world, number 1 in the US, right? Number 1. Luis Ortiz, Dominique Brazil, slept both of them off. Tyson Fury, split decision. Draw. Split draw. Then he fought Luis Ortiz again, TKO. Bermain Stavern, KO. Gerald Washington, TKO. Chris Arreola. Arthur Spuka. Like, come on, man. Eric Molina. Malik Scott. Come on. Like, I'm naming credible heavyweights. Credible heavyweights. And I'm going down the list. Like, if we stay up in the list, the Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, two bouts with Luis Ortiz, 2 bouts with Bermain Stavern, a Gerald Washington KO, Chris Arreola KO, Arthur Speak, man, come on, man, stop playing. Eric Molina, come on, man. But y'all want to sit here and say that Tyson Fury is number 1 heavyweight. But y'all don't want to really truly break down who this man has faced. What has he done prior to him beating Klitschko? Going away for what, 2 years or whatnot. I don't know how long he was gone. Then he made his comeback. Fought a hell of a fight against Wilder now. But people don't want to bring up the fact that Wilder, was out 11 weeks, did not spar, any of that or whatever post-fighting Fury. Fights Fury. Drop him in dramatic fashion. But let Fury get back up. We're going to see in February, though. Like, we're going to see in February because a lot of people, I don't know. I'm opening up the phone lines for people to be able to call in and voice their opinion. But, man, shoot. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just find it to be very, what they call it, oxymoronic, when you have people saying one thing, then it's something that's totally different. I don't know, man. Like, these people just be killing me when it comes to like the stuff they be saying with hating on guys like a Wilder, hating on guys like who and to Floyd Mayweather's credit, well, I ain't even gonna give credit. Well, yeah, to Floyd's credit, right? Floyd, I guess he don't like Wilder because Wilder is a one punch. You know what I'm saying? He's a puncher. And what is the kryptonite of a defensive fighter or a fighter with a fight style like Floyd? It's a puncher, right? So if a puncher's fight style is, if a puncher is a risky person for a defensive fighter, what is AJ? AJ ain't no puncher. He ain't no one punch knockout artist like a Deontay Wilder. No. He's a boxer, right? He tried to box actually, right? So I guess that's why Floyd kind of like him, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Why is it that, Wilder can't get the same love from Mayweather, even though Mayweather was getting the back end money? Why is it that he can't support your man like that? I don't know. That's just stuff that I be having questions about. I have real strong questions about that. But if you Deontay Wilder though, you don't have to worry about if Floyd Mayweather like you or not. You don't have to worry about that. Because if it don't make money, it don't make sense. And that's the only thing that matters. Because at the end of the day, to this day, shoot, man, Wilder's put himself in great company. But I want to get to the Leo Santa Cruz fight, right? Because with Leo getting ready to face perhaps Gervonta Tank Davis next, if Tank get past Yurgis Gamboa here in Atlanta live December the 28th, man, I don't know. With this fight right here, man, Leo and Miguel Flores, let's go over that fight first. The Leo and Miguel Flores fight, to me, I thought that was a really good fight, right? I had no only thing that I felt was an issue in this fight was the fact that Leo was not allowing Flores to get inside at all, period. Like, Flores could not get inside at all. He was struggling trying to get inside. And then the fact that he was struggling trying to get inside, look at what it is that he did in order to put himself in position. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. So with Flores, it was more of him not being able to get on the inside of Leo, right? With Leo defense, how Leo's guard is, how Leo keeps you from basically trying to offset anything it is that he's doing. That's what makes Leo great. And that's what I like about Leo. Leo, he has that long defensive guard. He keeps his hands in front of him. And for you to try to, and he walks you down. So if you're going to try to get inside of him, the only way you're going to have to be able to fight Leo is with looping hooks, right? Overhand hooks. And then you're probably going to have to use your footwork fighting off your back foot because of how he comes forward with his fight style. And Leo is this fight, if we get this fight with Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz early 2020, this is going to be a hell of a fight. I'm looking forward to it. I don't see no other fight outside of the Leo Santa Cruz fight right now. You could say Gary Russell for Leo. We talking for Leo. You could say Gary Russell, but outside of the Gervonta Davis fight, what other fight for him is good and can easily be made? Any fight right now with Al Haymon and PBC fighters, the way that he's doing it is going to be made beautifully. He's showing you all his hand in 2020. I don't need to go and fish at Top Rank or with the Zone or any of that nature, when I have the stable of fighters who I can make things happen with, fighters now fighting the best, moving in different weight classes, weight divisions. Leo could move up to 135. If Tank don't want to come down to 130, in which I don't think Tank is going to come down to 130. Tank is going to stay at 135. Leo is going to come up to 130, 135. Given the fact that it'll be his fifth weight division, he's trying to conquer his fifth weight class. Leo's trying to make history too as well. Gervonta Tank Davis trying to make history too as well by shutting a lot of people up. You got a lot of people hating on him right now. But the path that they taking Gervonta Davis on is the pay-per-view star path. They took him on this path, and they said it. In 2020, every fight from here on out is going to be pay-per-view worthy. Every fight for Gervonta Davis from this moment after the Yildiz Gamboa, December 28th, is pay-per-view worthy. Look at all the other fights he have that'll be at his forefront. Especially if he defeats a Leo Santa Cruz. And I personally would want that fight to happen at Staples Center because I know it'll sell out. It'll sell out because Leo fan base. So it sets itself up for a huge pay-per-view, almost like the Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia fight. If you paid any attention to Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia, everybody was like, well, that fight kind of didn't make sense. Mikey was moving up in weight, da-da-da-da-da. But it was like, no, it's the fan base. That's what I was trying to get people to understand. It's him going to pay-per-view for the first time. You need somebody with a fan base that will be able to help generate and push sales on that pay-per-view. Leo Santa Cruz is that guy for Gervonta Davis. He's the guy. So this is a good fight. I'm looking forward to it if it happens. Once Tank get past Yildiz Gamboa on December 28th, this is the fight that could possibly happen in early 2020 is Leo Santa Cruz versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It's going to be a hell of a fight. But, at the end of the day, you still going to have people who going to hate. You still going to have people who going to say, well, he, especially after the Gamboa fight. And how the Gamboa fight plays out is really going to, tell where a lot of people is when it comes to Gervonta and the whole golden era right now. And people are saying, well, what do you mean by the golden era? Well, y'all already know who the golden era is. It's all the young bucks that's coming up, the young world champions that are coming up who could potentially all face each other. They're all in the same weight class or all geared towards the same weight class. I'm talking about your Shakur Stevens, your Devin Haney's, your Tevin Formers, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia's. These are guys who can potentially be your next money makers in those divisions. And some of those guys who I just named are money makers in those divisions right now. Who all cleared $1 million this year in their fight? Devin Haney cleared $1 million. I don't think Ryan Garcia cleared $1 million just yet. But he's upwards, getting up there close to $1 million. Get a couple more fights under his belt. He's going to be hitting at the $1 million range. We already know Gervonta is already hit. So the golden era is standing real strong right now. And guys who really can be, is only one, to me, I think it's one guy who could really truly like body all of them. You know what I mean? And really truly be king. And that's Gary Russell. But that's if Gary Russell is really truly that dog who we think he is. We all think he's that dog, but damn it, is it really truly in Gary Russell to go through and wipe out everybody? Like how he say he can? Or when he move up and all this, that, and the third. If you gonna move up, Gary Russell, move up. What you waiting on? Who you waiting on? Everybody else making their moves. I just want to know why he moving so slow. What is it that he's waiting on? Who is he waiting on? Because if you chasing Tank, if Gary Russell is really truly chasing the fight, in which I don't think he's been chasing the fight since he lost to Vasily Lomachenko. I mean, dude, everybody else is putting themselves in positions to get good fights, you know? Yeah, you in the news, you in the clippings of calling people out, but damn it, who ain't in the clippings of calling people out? You hear that every day. Fighters call other fighters out every day, but it's a matter of ink to paper. What are you putting down on paper? Because if you really truly want to face Gervonta Davis, damn it, move up to 135. What you waiting on? If you wanted to fight Leo Santa Cruz, damn it, move up. What are you waiting on? You can fight these guys, but you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. And Leo ain't going. Leo said he would fight Gary Russell, but Leo feels as though Gary Russell is not the stronger opponent for him right now. He feel like it's Gervonta Davis. That's the better money fight. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play. What's up, brother? Wilder got schooled up until that right hand. Absolutely, bro. I agree. He got schooled up until the right hand. But I'm gonna play some audio for you all on an interview with Leo Santa Cruz. But this was Leo before he fought Miguel Flores. So this is how we knew the Gervonta Davis fight was already in the lights of happening. All he had to do was get past Flores. That's it. If he get past Flores, he could have Gervonta Davis on pay-per-view early 2020. And Leonard Ellerbe was actually standing by his side during this interview that Leo Santa Cruz had. And I'm gonna once I get this audio prep for you all, I'm gonna play this interview for you. But I felt like Leo definitely is in position to be successful now, given the fact that, you know, he's getting a really good opportunity. But check out this audio. But I felt like Leo definitely.
December 28th against Gamboa. You know, what's your prediction for that fight?
I think that's a great fight. You know, Gamboa a great fighter and everything, but Gervonta's too strong. I think he's gonna probably knock him out.
Okay. He just said he'll beat Lomachenko too. Tank will beat Lomachenko, right, Leo?
Yeah, but I think so. Yeah, I think Gervonta will beat Lomachenko. They're both, you know, great fighters and everything, but I think Gervonta's stronger.
But Santa Cruz against Tank Davis, that will happen at 135. You see it as a
well, you know, at 130 or 135, no matter. If he wins at 135,
that's a great fight.
Yeah, I would like to move up to 135, but probably 130. But if there's no other way, and I have to move up to 135, we'll move up to 135.
So y'all heard it. That was him. That was Leonard Ellerbe by his side, right? That was Leonard by his side. But I mean, come on, the boy sat right here and told y'all what was up, man. He told y'all what was up. Like 135. If Tank can't make 135, I want him at 135. Like, that's gonna be a hell of a fight. Pay-per-view. Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz. Leo is definitely gonna bring the best out of Gervonta Davis, though. What a lot of people like Timothy Bradley and haters of that sort don't see. You know? So I'm definitely looking forward to that. What's my opinion on Saunders versus Canelo? You know what? I'm gonna say this. Because usually, right? Like, I'm really not on that wave when it comes with Canelo and Saunders right now, because this is a fight that could have been made by DAZN a long time ago, right? When your boy signed to DAZN, he could have fought either who? Demetrius Andrade, right? He could have fought Demetrius Andrade, or he could have faced Billy Joe Saunders. These are fighters that are signed to DAZN. And that's why I had an issue when it came to Canelo, man. I got an issue with that. I think he don't want to face any of these guys, if you ask me. I think he wants to continue to cherry pick his way to where all his fights are easy, to the point to where, you know, he can set the terms on how he want to face this fighter, just like he did with Kovalev. Look at what he did to Kovalev. He made Kovalev, immediately after the Anthony Yarde fight, boom, take this deal. This is the most money you're going to make in your career. Take this deal. But this is what's going to come with you taking this deal. Rehydration clause. I'm going to hit you with it. And if you Kovalev, you should have been thinking like, motherfucker, you moving up to 175. You coming into my division. I'm the champion. I'm the king here. Who the hell are you to determine what clause and all this, that, and the third? Money. So with the Billy Joe Saunders fight, I don't really truly, if that fight happened, it'll be one of them fights that the zone give us down the fat. Down like after the fact. You know what I mean? I think it's more so about just him trying to take on the same mindset of Floyd, but he can't do it how Floyd did it. Cause Floyd faced the best. You know what I mean? Like, Canelo, I mean, come on, like, explain to me the Rocky Fielding fight. That shit don't make no sense to me, or even if he fight Callum Smith, like, I don't even really want to see that fight because I felt like Ryder beat Smith last night and Smith was awarded a victory. But if you Canelo, of course, this is the perfect time to get a fighter like Smith, or Billy Joe Saunders, who looked like when Billy Joe was in his last fight, right? Billy didn't look all that good. He didn't look all that good in his American debut. In which I honestly think Billy Joe may possibly get the fight. Drop that sub for you, man. I'm a boxer myself. Hey, appreciate it, Smokes. For real, bro. Thank you for the follow. And hey, check me out on Instagram. You're a fighter, bro. I could definitely get you on. Would love to get an opportunity to hear your take to fights and follow your career. So definitely follow me on Instagram, bro, and hit me up in a DM. For real. So but yeah, with Canelo, that's something that I've been battling with, is trying to figure out, understand some of the moves that's being made by the zone. And I'm thinking like with Billy Joe Saunders making his American debut here, although it wasn't like the best Billy Joe Saunders, but what was the purpose of that? It's a purpose and a meaning to everything. And are they trying to cross over Billy Joe Saunders? And if they're trying to cross over Billy Joe Saunders, are they crossing over Billy Joe Saunders to perhaps face Canelo here in the United States? But to me, that performance wasn't good enough to get the American people to be like, okay, this is why I'm going to go and see this fight, or this is why I'm going to go and support Saul Canelo Alvarez. My Instagram is @JSN Boxing. But yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons why right there. I mean, but I don't know. I also got another question. Why is it that your boy won't face a Demetrius Andrade, who is also signed to the zone? This is where I be getting people where they be saying like Canelo don't be wanting to fight guys like that because the fights be hard to make and all this, that, and the third. I'll be like, well, okay, since Canelo signed that promotional deal with the zone, who has Canelo faced that is a DAZN fighter and signed to the zone that is in his weight class? And they didn't have to move up or try to chase him down or come after him. Like, you can't, no fighter. Billy Joe Saunders signed to the zone. He can't even get a damn fight. All these guys could do is just call out Canelo. Demetrius Andrade signed to the zone. He can't get a fight. I think Demetrius Andrade gift of him being a good fighter is a gift, and we say a lot of things is a gift and a curse in boxing, right? Demetrius Andre's skill set is like a curse to him right now, because who in the division want to face him? He couldn't get a Charlo fight. He almost had the Billy Joe Saunders fight, right? He couldn't get the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Then, outside of the Billy Joe Saunders fight, what other fight it is that he had, that he wanted? He wanted the Canelo fight. He can't even get the Canelo fight. What about the Jacobs fight? So, but you know, it's just I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell Canelo plan is, like his whole path, and if you ask me, his legacy is fucked right now, especially after the Kovalev situation. I mean, and come on, you go and face a guy in Kovalev who was bodied by Andre Ward twice, you know what I mean, and you go and face that guy, and Anthony Yard almost knocked him out, and that's the guy who you want. But people say that he's the face of boxing, though. That's what kills me. That's what kills me. They say that Canelo is the face of. I be like, bruh, no, he ain't. No, he's not. It's Deontay Wilder. And he's gonna continuously prove it to people. He's gonna continuously show people that it's him. That is him. But man, more on this weekend though. This weekend was definitely a good weekend. I was able to spend some time. I definitely went to the Olympics, the Silver Gloves tournament this weekend. Tournament was off the chain. I saw some phenomenal fighters, some young fighters who put on a really good performance, and I was amazed by what they did. At the same time, I think a lot of these trainers though that are working with these young fighters, I just think it's something that they need to do different almost, because what I saw this past weekend was a lot of these trainers are not teaching these kids, and a lot of these kids that I did see, they were probably within their first few fights. So they probably had about 6, 7, 8 fights under their belt. Some kids who were there at the tournament was experienced. I think some kids had around 16, 18 fights. I saw a young kid who had about 16, 18 fights. But I really truly didn't see anybody who had like the real true amateur pedigree. I didn't come across them on this past weekend. But this was just for the region in Georgia. But what I was looking to see was how our coaches adapting with fighters, with the young fighters in their careers right now, while they're being young, because this is where that connection takes place. It starts right now where these fighters are right now in the amateurs, because if they're not paying attention and listening to your voice now, they're not going to listen to your voice later on. And that's what I kept seeing a lot of issues with, was what a lot of trainers were trying to implement or input to the fighter. The fighter was not able to go out and execute it in the ring, because you seen a lot of lack of conditioning, just basic boxing fundamentals, things of that sort. And it's like all these kids, they want these kids come into the gym and they all want to be Mayweather. You know, they all want to be Pretty Boy Floyd. They all want to emulate the shoulder roll and do things of that sort. But, you know, they always forget about Pretty Boy Floyd. They always forget about Pretty Boy Floyd. And I seen that time and time again this past weekend at Silver Gloves tournament, was a lot of these kids are trying to emulate the Mayweather experience. You know what I mean? But none of them, even kids that I was watching like on the live streams that wasn't in Georgia, but I'm watching kids that were performing, you know, in different states. Even at Sugar Burt's tournament this past weekend. And the kids that I'm seeing, it's like, man, you got a lot of these kids who are trying to emulate this style, but they don't even have the basic styles, fundamental styles of boxing down pat. They don't even have the basics of footwork, like just the footwork down pat. And they out there, you know? And to me, man, it's a coach's thing. Like these trainers, we had people die this past year in boxing. We had a lot of people die this past year in boxing. More than the norm, put it like that, more than the norm. And a lot of them was to the sense of it was highlighted so much, you know, with losing some good people, man. Just take away from them just being a fighter, but just like Patrick Day, you know what I mean? Like people like that, like good people. We lost them. And I'm not saying that it was the trainer fault as the reason why we lost Patrick, but I'm saying is if you're a trainer and you're training young fighters right now today, your main thing should be making sure that, for one, you teaching them the basic fundamentals of boxing, and you make sure that they get those basic fundamentals down pat. But two, I think it should be footwork should be a staple in your defense. Like you have to be able to get away from punches. If you're not able to get away from punches and you're just a punching bag, you won't be able to last long at all, period. You'll turn into a vegetable. And if not, you will be dead. If this is the sport you really truly want to be in. And I don't want to see people just sit there and get bodied. You know what I mean? Like, of course we all love knockouts, and damn it, if you get knocked out, you know, that's just a part of it, right? But if you getting knocked out and you don't even have the skill set to even put yourself in position to kind of get away from stuff, like that's bad. And these trainers are like putting these kids in tournaments, you know, and putting these kids out there to get destroyed. And they thinking like the only thing they yelling from the corner is fucking jab. Throw your jab. That's all the shit I heard all fucking weekend. None of that turn your opponent, you know, turn them around. Like none of the shit you needed to do as an amateur, you know, that you learn as a young amateur to be great. None of that shit was done all weekend long. None of it. Like, and that's why it's like, damn, like I sit here and I look at guys and people get mad and they like, well, how guys like Lomachenko get on a fast pace? I'm like, the dude had over 400 amateur fights, right? But if you look at all his bouts, they were like, this motherfucker was fighting all the time. And him and his dad, who was training him at the time, they had a real, true one-on-one connection to where his boxing technique and fundamentals, he made sure that his son had that shit down pat. Period. He had it down pat. And if he didn't have it down pat, it was consequences and repercussions. Lomachenko said this. Come on. So if you're a young fighter and you fighting in the amateurs right now today, I promise you, you have to take the approach of a Vasily Lomachenko or a guy like Hendricks or some of these fighters who've had stellar amateur careers, and ask them, what is it that you've done to that made you have a great amateur career and put you in position to be a great pro? And they're going to tell you they went to the gym and they worked on the basic fundamentals of boxing. They didn't do anything extra but work on the basic fundamentals of boxing. That's why Lomachenko is considered the tactical technician that he is. That shit come from him doing it in the amateurs. He didn't learn none of that stuff as a pro. He didn't start doing that stuff as a pro. No, he was doing that as an amateur. And my thing is that, like, these trainers, man, you have to train these kids up the right way. Like, take a Coach Anthony, right, who's in Philly. He's Tevin Former. He trains with Tevin Former too as well. But teaching, right? You have to be able to teach. And if you're not able to teach, how you think these kids, you got kids' lives in your hand. That's how I'm looking at it. And it's a touchy subject for me. It's a touchy subject for me because I love young fighters. I love young kids who desire to be world champion at young age, and it inspires me. You know what I'm saying? Every time that I see them, go out and step into the ring. Like I saw a girl this past weekend, I kid you not. I was telling you all about her on last night, who fought in the Silver Glove. She's actually here in Marietta. And I'm definitely going to be spending more time with her, and I'm going to definitely bring her on so you all will be able to get to know her. But she's a young southpaw female fighter, and she is amazing. She's amazing at a young age. I'm talking about she worked angles. You could tell if she continued to stick with it, she has the opportunity to be a world champion just by you looking at the potential of just her athletic ability and her skill set alone. And that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me that at that young age, you could see him perform like that at that young age, and you know that it'll do great things for them in their future. And with her, man, Mike Lugo at Lugo's Boxing and Fitness, man, he has a really good fighter under his wing right now, and I really truly hope. And Mike is a good guy. Like I said, I met Mike this weekend for the first time, and meeting with him, like I'm really wanting to get to understand him more and what it is that he's doing, with his fighters, because he's definitely working with a lot of fighters as well. I really truly just want to get his concept on what he plans to do with her, because she's a star. Like, she is a star, y'all. Like, and she's here, she's here in Marietta. So that's crazy that, we have young up and coming champions and who dominate. She's going to be representing Georgia. She's going to be representing Georgia in the Silver Glove. So she ain't nothing short of trash. I could tell y'all that. Like, she's phenomenal, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her continue on with her career. But yeah, make sure with our young fighters, man, who's performing. We got a heavyweight in Chino who is here in Atlanta. Man, he's phenomenal. Make sure we support. You guys got to go and support them. Jazz Fast Hands, she's another female fighter who's in the amateurs. She is phenomenal. Hollywood the Champ, she's a female fighter who she won all the smoke from. Well, we got to figure out what weight class she going to fight at, because her and Zab Judah kind of like, Zab was like, look, because she was saying anybody from 135 to 160, and Zab looking at her like, shorty, like, that's a lot of weight. We're going to pick one weight class and stay there, which she say 140. I think she could make some noise at about 140, 147. Definitely, because she's just a young female Mike Tyson. She's hungry. She wants all the smoke, and she destined to be great. And people that's like that, you have no choice but to support them and be in their corner. And like I said, she's another hometown girl, and definitely make sure y'all go out and support her too as well. And shoot, what's up? If anybody who's tuning in want to call in and give their take, the hotline is now open, 770-261-1094. You go ahead and give a call now to voice your opinion on a Deontay Wilder knockout, or the any of the fights that happened this past weekend, or any of the discussions it is that we talked about on today. You're more than welcome to do that. If not, I'm not going to hold you all long. Any up and coming news that we do have coming up. We do have Gervonta Davis press conference coming up. It will be the day after Thanksgiving here in Atlanta, I believe. That press conference is going to be off the chain. I'm definitely looking forward to that, with the announcement of Yagir's Gamboa and Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And hopefully we'll be able to pan out the rest of this fight card, who's all going to be performing on this card come December 28th. But we definitely know for sure Gervonta Tank Davis, Yagir's Gamboa, Badu Jack is going to be performing on the card. But as far as everyone else, we definitely going to try to get that this week to see if we could release that information out to everybody, so everybody will know, okay, who's all performing December 28th. You know what I mean? Because I want to know. I want to know who's all performing December 28th. When we tried to get some fighters, I mean, we got fighters that's here. Like, we was having this discussion yesterday. Me and Tay Jones, who is in who signed to Deontay Wilder's bomb squad. We was talking yesterday, and yeah, it's fighters that's not from Atlanta that's performing on this card that I know of so far right now. Out of the from what it is that I know, I do know one fighter who is performing for sure. No, two fighters who's performing for sure from Atlanta that will be on the undercard, and that is DeMichael Harris and Rod Maybach Hot. They will be performing on the card. But outside of that, definitely I'm not sure who else will be performing on that card. I know it's been rumored that Eric Moon could be possibly performing. Outside of Moon, I heard some other names too as well. But it remains to be seen. Like I said, I'm more so interested in who all gonna be fighting, you know, and putting themselves in position, you know, to get a big fight out of Atlanta. I mean, because we all know Eric is that guy, if you ask me. To me, he ain't scared. He won't smoke with everybody. These other guys out here, I don't know if they still trying to pad their damn early careers and take on like small fights or whatever the case. I don't know what they doing, man. I just want to see these guys in a meaningful fight, you know, in a meaningful fight. And I'm talking like, I'm not talking to guys that are early in their professional careers, because I know, you know, what the route you got to take. But I'm talking about guys who consider themselves solidified or trying to solidify themselves. Hey, go ahead. It's time for you to get a meaningful fight. A fight that means something, that can boost your ratings or boost your position, you know what I'm saying, of where your ass is right now, of where you are right now in the rankings. If you trying to be, and this is my thing, if you trying to be world champion, like, damn it, like, you got to do the things that's necessary to be a world champion. Like Tevin Farmer, y'all motherfuckers hate all day long. But what Tevin did what Tevin, not Tevin. Yeah, well, Tevin did what Tevin had to do, but I'm talking about a Devin Haney, my bad. Devin Haney. Y'all sit up here and hate on fucking Devin all day long, you know what I'm saying, and come up with reasons, come up with millions of fucking reasons as to why they want to hate on Devin, right? But at the same time, what they fail to mention is that, oh, well, Devin did everything he had to do in order to be in the position that he in now. WBC lightweight world champion. How did he do it? And how did he do it so fast? That's the question everybody asking. How did he do it, and how did he do it so fast? And I tell people, I'm like, man, it wasn't that he did it so fast. Damn it, he just did what he had to do in order to be successful. And that's the thing, man. A lot of you guys got to start doing what you got to do in order to be successful. So damn it, if you got to take a fight, you know what I'm saying, and that fight ain't the fight that you want, but that's the fight that you need in order to get you where you need to be. Damn it, do what you got to do. Buckle down, strap down, and come after them motherfuckers, man. Y'all already know what it is, man, for real. The journey got to continue for you fighters who think that just because you took a L that your career is over with. Julian J. Rock Williams just showed y'all that if you take a L, you could bounce back as a true fighter, as a true competitor, and you can prove to fuck everybody else that's out there in the world. We already know that boxing is a lonely sport. So when you lose in that ring, you lose by your damn self in that ring. Everybody who sit there and say that they got your back, they really ain't gonna have your back after you take that loss. Julian J. Rock Williams showed y'all that now. He told y'all that. Look at Anthony Joshua right now. Shit, Joshua had to find himself again. You got Joshua talking about he want motherfuckers to bow down to him after he beat Ruiz, because he hear them talking like how they built up Ruiz to be the king and how they knocked him out. It's just the mindset that I'm talking about. So let's separate who I'm a fan of and who I really like. And I'm just talking about just being a competitor. just being a true competitor and a true fighter. This is the shit that plays a part in everything it is that you do. You gotta be a competitor. You gotta be a dog with this. You can't sit here and let discouragement straddle you from being great. You can't do that. And this message right here go out to all my fighters who may have taken a loss and feel like they can't bounce back in their careers because they done took 1 or 2 losses. Damn it, Tevin Farmer took 4 losses early in his career. 4. You know how many people wouldn't give that man an opportunity at all? And look at where he at now, thriving as a world champion. So don't tell me that shit can't be done. I don't even want to hear that it can't be done, because it can be done. But are you willing to put in the work? Forget the noise, forget the hoopla, forget the social media shit, and everybody who is a yes man in your corner, because that's one thing that you don't need is yes men in your corners. If you're trying to get yourself, in position to be great, you got to get rid of the yes men, because the yes men are going to be them same motherfuckers that get you knocked the fuck out. I'm not going to lie to you about it. They will be the same ones that get you knocked out, because they only thinking about themselves and they're not thinking about you as the fighter. Man, and like I said, I mean, I can't take nothing away, man, from what Julian J-Rock showed us this year in 2019, that your bounce back can be your everything. You know what I mean? And he showed that after he got knocked out by Charlo, man. Folks were saying, what, he got a glass chin, he's done, he's all this, that, and the third. And what he do, man? He come back and in dramatic fashion, stunning fashion, beat the brake shoes off of Jared Swift Hurd. So don't tell me that it can't be done, guys. Don't I'm just saying it can, but be willing to buckle down, grind, put in that work to be successful, and then, damn it, we'll definitely be calling you a world champion. But it's how bad you want it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. Appreciate everybody who tuned into the stream. It's your boy JSN Boxing. I'll be coming back with y'all on tomorrow, man, so we could be able to discuss whatever boxing news it is that's gonna be dropping on tomorrow. So y'all hold it down. Make sure you go ahead and smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, and y'all already know what we about to do.
Did it all on my own. Y'all can give me that throne. Tell my niggas we on. Tell my niggas we on. We on with struggling. Barely getting that rent paid. Past due for like 10 days. I'm on the grind trying to make a way. Turn nothing into something. I ain't lying, I ain't bluffing. Never going forward, we ain't punting. They headed straight to that track. Show you that work, then still it back. I'm just venting on every track. Check the resumes, all facts. Man, no cap, we really into that. Was losing in life, had to take control. Son on the way with no place to go. Damn, let me hit up one of these hoes. Don't judge, that's the way it goes. Trying to grind for 100 mil. The devil said, let's make a deal. Got me leaning on a half a pill. Spent hella nights on that mission, bro. Try to tell them, but they ain't listen though. Put overtime in that kitchen beat. The pots of pants, they sick of me. Suckers say they can't get rid of me, can't get rid of me. Yeah. These niggas wanna see me fall. Praying on my downfall, they don't wanna see me ball. Never, but I'm a different type of nigga. I was taught to just go get it. I'm just grinding. Me and my niggas came along with muscle, came along